Well, good morning, everybody. We're starting the morning just a little different with hopefully a inspirational view of our newest fabric collection from Jason Yenter called Prism. And just thought we'd start by slowly going through those images so that you could start to see all of the beautiful fabrics that are in front of you. And so, good morning to all of you. And wherever you're watching from, do absolutely post where you're from. And, you have your cup of coffee this morning. I just felt like starting a little slower today, a little bit more, I don't know, relaxed, even though all of these fabrics from Jason are absolutely gorgeous. This is the new Prism collection from Jason Yenter in the Beginning Fabrics. And the one piece that I did not click through up until now is the actual kit. And we are going to be making his quilt. It is just simply called Prism. He has it set up for a block of the month quilt kit, so you might see several times that it's referenced as a block of the month, but not to worry. We're putting everything together in one bundle and packaging it together. So when you see that price of $309, I believe it is, don't be concerned in the fact that it might seem expensive, but imagine if you were to divide that up in 12 months, it's much more manageable, doable. We just prefer to package it all at once because of the staff size that we have here and all of that. But welcome. We just hope that you are absolutely loving. And Janie's got, Good morning, Janie.
I went and grabbed real quick
the pattern. It's like a book.
Which I should say good morning, Heidi.
Yes, good morning,
Good morning,
Janie.
Everyone. It is a beautiful sunny day here in central Iowa.
Oh, it is. We had to actually put the awning down here at Hen and Chicks Studio. And if you just happen to stumble upon us and you're like, who are these people and what are they showing? I'm Heidi. This is Jamie. We're at Hen and Chicks Studio in Conrad, Iowa, right in the center of Iowa, easily locatable between Des Moines and Waterloo, between Cedar Rapids. We're not far from Omaha. Between Cedar Rapids and Ames. We're not far from Omaha. We're not far from Kansas City, Chicago, Minneapolis.
Yep. All of them are easily accessible.
Oh my gosh,
few hours.
Few hours.
Yeah.
From anywhere from 2 to 5 hours. We can be in any of those locations depending on where you're wanting to go.
Yes. So I went and grabbed this because I know you scanned the kit of it, but this is the pattern that comes with this beautiful
absolutely
kit.
And for those of you who are joining us, because it's right at 9 o'clock, and I know we did start the camera a few minutes early.
Well, that's what happens when you're excited.
Oh, we are. We're excited. And today's going to be a little bit shorter show, and just because of the scheduling and everything that is going on today. But again, we had to come and show these Prism fabrics. So I'm going to very quickly go through them again. If you're on our website, it's a heck of a lot easier to scroll back and forth through the fabrics. And if you're on Facebook, it's not quite as easy.
Right.
So I am scanning them so that you can see all of the different colors. And literally, I was saying, what is the scientific prism?
What does a prism do?
It really is when light enters and goes through glass or crystal. It creates a prism of color, and if you want to say the entire rainbow. And
while you're
Jason's
scanning
fabrics
through that, I'm just going to pull one up a little bit closer so they can see it, because they look beautiful on the table. But when you can start to see the depth, and I think that's what you were saying, Heidi, is the depth of. This is all in that purple, and this, I would say, this is showing, at least on the camera here, pretty true to color right now at the moment. But see how the variance of color and just that depth of it. So I'm going to just grab a couple of them. Here's a different one too. Again, the texture that it adds. Again, when you pull it apart and you start piecing it and cutting it down, it's amazing how it can look. And they're beautiful fabrics. Absolutely stunning.
And I think what's so interesting about his collections, and we've seen this, and we're going to talk about a couple of his other collections too, but what we see when we see his collections is he really likes to design using a focal piece, and he makes his focal pieces be the border.
Yep.
And did we bring up one? No, that wasn't folded.
No, you grabbed it, but that's okay.
Yep. And I'm gonna go back to the border stripe, but he uses border stripes as an opportunity to pull together then all of those colors that he then has in individual fabrics. So definitely some difference. Now, one thing we want to tell you, so because we've now cut the kits, the yardage that is left on the website is all we have. So there are a couple of colors. I think there's one that's technically gone, I think, or only has like 2 yards, has 2 yards left or something like that.
Because we've made the kits and we sold quite a bit.
And we've already sold.
Yeah.
So what we have on the website is left. Now, the interesting thing about the borders, and this is something that if you're interested in buying a border piece on its own, you don't want the kit, you want a border piece, it might look like we have a lot of yards. But what happens when we cut kits is that the yardage comes in 15-yard bolts. And what we have to cut off does not equal 15 yards. So we have multiple pieces that are 2 to 2 1/4 yards.
Right,
left. And so if you say, I only want 2 yards, not a problem. We're going to find you the piece. But if you put an order in, and I'll click on that one more time for the border stripe, which is at this point SKU 101. If you put an order in for that and it's more than 2 yards or not in increments, well, even if it's in increments of 2, please put in the notes field, that what you're thinking, like it's okay that it has splits or it can't be split, because if it can't be split, we'll call you, we'll tell you what we have available, that kind of thing. But we certainly want you to know that, like, say, for example, that you did really want 6 yards total, just making that up, right? Of just the stripe. We can't do it in one piece. Yep. It would have to be in multiple pieces.
So you could still, we yesterday, so you have 2 yards at 72 inches. So when we're talking about this, you see that it's repeated twice. So you have 4 times.
Well, 4 times. Twice
in the fold. But so you have 72 inches
4 times. So if you're doing a 70-inch square quilt, you're fine.
Yep.
With the 2-yard cut, you're going to be able to make that work. But then we started, there's always that inspiration, right?
Why can't we do something else with it?
Right. Why can't you? And so I'm going to let you find, while I find the barcode.
Yesterday, Stephanie and I were cutting and working on the fabric. So we ended up measuring this because we're trying to think, these border stripes, they're beautiful when they're a border stripe. And behind me, by the way, you can see one of Jason Yanter's previous collections, Sunshine. So the border stripe on that's a good example of it on the quilt itself. But maybe I'm not a fan of having that, or that's not what I want to use it for. What if, so we measured it, this stripe, from here to roughly here is 8.5 inches. Perfect for a block, right? And can you imagine, Heidi, if I start cutting 8.5-inch blocks,
it would be gorgeous.
Colors I'm going to get with it.
It would be gorgeous.
So then we're like, okay, well, what could we do? So we went real quick. Yeah, well, I'll show that one second there. Okay, we went real quick to a 3-yard book. We know that there's multiple patterns out there that use 8.5 blocks, but 3-yard book. I can pick 2 other coordinating prints I love out of this collection and use this. So one idea we came up with was the Allure. And again, this was just really fast. But so where the flower is here, instead of being same print, repeated print flower, would end up being, you want to hold that up, Heidi? Yeah. So, you might have one
block
of
might
these.
Look like that.
Another block might be more purples, or depending on how you wanted to cut it. So there's a 3-yard quilt. I could use the black. I could use 2 colors. If I wanted to be creative, I could probably pull in multiple colors of these. Instead of just buying a yard, I could buy 3 quarter-yard cuts and a 4th one with something else, or some things like that. So that was one of them, but this is the one that Heidi just said was her favorite. So look at that one. Again, this is in the newest.
The magic of 3-yard quilts.
And that's the latest one.
I believe you brought that back, newer books. There's 8 designs in the book. The book is $15.99. And if you've not used any of these books, you buy 3 yards and you will make a quilt that for 3 yards, you're roughly making a 45 by 50 inch quilt.
A nice throw. Yep. And this one I like this pattern anyway. I like the depth of it, and you could pull in some blacks and whites just as they did here, or again, 2 contrasting colors in there. But again, this would be your
The only tip that I would give is that she does use a narrower binding.
Yes.
And if that is not your preference, then absolutely add at least a quarter of a yard of one of the 3 pieces, so that you have what she planned plus a little extra. Or a half yard total of the completely different. And then what she does is that basically if you have 6 yards, you can make, a bigger quilt. If you have 9 yards, you can make an even bigger quilt.
And she shows you how to do it in the books too.
The other thing that we, of course, recommend doing with the
with the border stripes.
Let me see.
Well, and it wouldn't have to be the border stripe. It could be a stripe. It should be down in there.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the Easy Stripe Table Runner, and it is a great pattern for using with stripes. And I'm
going to turn around and show you the back because it gives you multiple layouts.
Now, you need a 60-degree angle. That does mean you could use the 60-degree angle on your straight ruler, but oh, goodness gracious, get the 60-degree ruler. This is one time that a specialty ruler comes in really handy so that you're not worrying about which angle you're supposed to be going at. So that is an extra benefit to that. So
and a great use of stripes. And again, you could create so many different looks from this one pattern with the different layouts that she has.
Yes, absolutely. And I just got to say hello. We've got Oklahoma, Arkansas, of course, lots of Iowa people. So good morning to all of you. We're glad that you're with us on this bright, sunny Wednesday. So thank you.
Much better than last Wednesday.
Yes.
Here in Iowa.
So the other thing we wanted to, okay, so behind Jamie, and Jamie, do you want to grab the kit off there? We wanted to just showcase some of Jason's other prints, because he is just got some beautiful things. And where did the quilt go? Oh, don't tell me I didn't get the quilt. Well, I apparently didn't. So I have the fabrics, but this is Sunshine. And if you type in Jason Yenter Sunshine.
Or QK2236 is the SKU number.
And then I'm showing you some of the other pieces. And I just can only imagine if we started putting them next to Prism, that they're going to all be beautiful together. And one of the things that we did do with his quilt block, or his quilt pattern here, again, it's considered a block of the month.
Right.
But he recommended having strips to make for easy piecing. So you actually get the strip section there as well.
And so one thing too, and you've mentioned already, Heidi, but with block of the month, and we actually had this discussion yesterday amongst the 3 of us when we were working. Would you rather have all the fabric up front, or would you rather get it once a month? And our conclusion kind of was we'd rather have it all at one time. Couple reasons. One,
less waste.
Yep. You can be more efficient in your cutting stuff. But 2, if I want to work ahead, or if I want to do a different block, or, maybe I have a retreat that I can focus time on instead of having to wait. So,
right. And other people do like to have it. So if that's the case, well, then you just separate it out as you go and make that determination yourself. But again, from a staffing standpoint, it's also easier for us to handle it this way.
Yeah.
So
and so that's just why we do it that way. But again, I think just keep that in mind. It does. Some people might think, oh my gosh, that's overwhelming. But when you break it down into that, it is supposed to be a block of the month.
Absolutely.
Kind of makes it more.
Another collection that Jason has, and again, some of these pieces are going to actually, I think, flow right into, is a groovy garden. And we did not ever make a store sample because the fabric was going so fast from this collection. We still have some yardage left of it. Again, he has 2 stripes, which I just showed. The very first thing I showed was the fat quarter bundle that we do have left. But there are some different pieces.
There's not very many of these left, right?
No, there's only 3 left of that one in particular. And what I like about this particular collection is it does bring in some different, I'm going to say, shapes. The black piece that we're showing right now is actually, I think, very cool and very different.
It's a little different feel.
Yep.
The colors blend well together, but this one kind of had more of a, I don't know, I want a teenage fun 70s.
Yeah, a little funky, a little funkiness. Funky groovy, something. But again, and I like, for example, this is an example of what he refers to as a stripe, and it's such a different stripe. It has like what you might call beaded fabric to it. So it's got black in it and other colors. There's a multicolor and a purple. There's also some larger florals that work well for backing fabric, as well as this is another one of my favorites, a little hexy piece that is got a little design into it, made from dots. And let's see, we got the purple, and then there are some texture pieces in green.
And so one of the things too, when you think about, and as we bring stuff to you, remember when we're showing you all this, it doesn't mean you have to stay in one collection or even one designer. You can go across platforms, use it in boutiques. These fabrics are not boutiques. We do have people ask us that because of the depth in them. I think they can be mistaken for a boutique easily.
Yes, and they're not.
But that doesn't mean you can't combine them with something else either.
No, and we've got people joining us now from Missouri and Minnesota.
Right?
Oh yeah,
I can't.
It's all good.
So
it's all
you
good.
Can because I can't.
Yes, well, it's a little hard for me to read today. But one of the things that if you're not familiar with Hen and Chicks Studio or the format, we certainly see lots of names that we recognize, but certainly we know that there's always new people joining us. So the format we're using is like comment sold. If you're on Facebook, you have to type in the number, or can type in sold 101. Then you'll get a message with the exact fabric. And then you add that to your cart and you finish out. We don't send you any invoices. There's nothing like that. You complete the process on your own time. So on some of these things like even Sunshine, we don't have that many kits left, that kind of thing. That if you want that, then you need to finish that process. If you're on our website, again, there's a click and add to cart kind of series of steps. Again, you have to complete those in order to actually get the process.
We aren't calling you to make sure you.
That's correct. That's correct. But if you have questions or
Absolutely.
want to know, for example, somebody I can't even remember what project it was, had a question about that would that kit make. Oh, it was Dayflower, actually.
Okay.
It was Dayflower, and we can talk about that. Could it be king size? Oh, absolutely, it can be king size. But does our kit, exactly as it's created, make a king size quilt? No. But glad to talk with you about what you would have to add. Do 2 kits equal a king size? Or could you just get... We've done that
before. Oh my gosh,
we help all of the time.
If we need something like that.
Yes.
Okay.
So
do you want to talk about Sunday's Best a little bit? Because I think we need a scene change here for our last little guy. I'll get it on.
Okay. So I'll talk. All right. So Sunday Best Quilts, starting tomorrow, March 2nd, we are doing a sew along with the Dayflower project. And let me get, let's see, there's Sunday Best Quilts. I'll get them all up. And this is the book. Dayflower that we're working on is the one on the right. We do have the Dayflower kit in 2 variations. One is basically, it looks a lot like what the quilt does in the magazine. And the second one is a blue and gold. And we're working on sewing that one right now. I think it'll be beautiful. But it doesn't cost anything to watch the videos or the sew along. Because that's just free. You just join in on the videos starting tomorrow. We have a web page where those videos will live. If you want to do the exact project that we're doing, then you need the book. And we have the book, Sunday Best Quilts. Again, I'll pull that back up. But just to tell you again how much we love this book, there are 3 quilts. We've made 4 kits, but 3 quilt patterns that we love. So Dayflower.
That we've made our own kits.
Yeah, Dayflower is the one you're seeing a lot of. Pure 44, also great and scrappy. That one. And then Sweet Confetti that we made out of House and Home, which is a much softer collection. But it is absolutely gorgeous. Again, I think this is a book that is got lots of possibilities. There's more quilts in here that we would love to make. This book is going out of print. So if it's a copy, I would not, a copy that you want, I would not take too long to do it.
Absolutely.
And so the sew along, just to talk a little bit, again, free to watch the videos, free to, join in. This is a great quilt. We've talked about the fact that the gray in this quilt is, if you want to say, the anchor. And I'm going to go back to the kit so you can see maybe the photo a little better on your screen. that those gray triangles, those gray corner flips are really what are the anchor. And I think it's 2 7/8, but basically if you have 3 yards of one fabric that is that anchoring diagonal, use your scraps.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
we when we're doing the sew alongs, that's one thing we are conscious of, really trying to think of that as something that is stash friendly.
That's correct.
So to speak.
That's correct.
And what the ones that we've previously done, if you haven't joined us, we have both just used what was in our stash.
Yes.
And a lot of people have. But we are starting that tomorrow.
We're starting that tomorrow.
Right.
And then it'll be 4 weeks of videos. And then there'll be a deadline in April for uploading your completed top.
Should you choose.
Should you choose to participate. And then there'll be some prizes. Now, if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to do this, maybe you're already working on it, because you could have already have started it. The deal is we want you to post in the creative community as much as you possibly can. But in order to be part of our prize drawing, you do need to make sure that you join, go to the webpage and specifically upload to a specific link. And if you don't know where that is, we're always glad to tell you. We'll post that multiple times as we get closer.
We'll continue to say the same information over and over and over. Now, I can see that somebody asked if our kits are available on the website or in-store only. Everything, this is another cool thing.
Both. Both.
Virtually everything that is in the store is also available on the website. So you can shop it anytime you want, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
That's right. Yeah. And again, if you have questions about anything, we're constantly trying to make it easier for you. But again, so if you say you like the book, if you click on the book and put it in your cart, there'll be stuff at the bottom that says that, if you like this, there's some suggested products, all sorts of things that you could add.
Yeah. So we're always happy to help that, and hopefully it inspires you. And again, if you're not, I'm going to reiterate what Heidi said, because I hate to say don't get there as often as we would like to sometimes during the day, but our creative community on Facebook is so fun to see.
And they help each other. I love it.
So that's where you're posting for the interaction.
That's right.
Hey, what do you think? Or do you like this? Or this is what I did.
Join our community. Yeah. Join our community.
Yep.
Oh, it's so much fun. Okay. So 2 more things we've got to share with you, and then we are going to wrap it up today, again, because of some scheduling things.
Yep.
But roar! Look at Jamie. She is in our Stomp Stomp Roar completed backpack. Oh, it's good. Okay, now you're good. So you've got it on the straps. Okay, but you have to know that his mouth is a zipper. Okay. And when you open up the zipper,
I could take it off.
I don't know. It's pretty cute.
Well,
pretty cute. Okay, hold that.
I'll hold it.
And when you open up his mouth, his well, what is that? Not his tongue, like a whatever. But is in the mouth. I love that. And then hold on, go deep, and you have your own dinosaur toy.
And lining is
little paw prints,
dinosaur
prints,
paws,
footprints, not paws. You're supposed to say would be paws. Anyway, we've been having so much fun with the Stomp Stomp Roar, and we're positive that there is somebody, and everything you need is in the panel. So if you purchase the panel, the only thing you need to buy is stuffing to stuff your dinosaur, but you might have something at home.
Whatever name you want to
call it. And the zipper and a little bit of fusible batting.
Yep.
So easy do.
Cute little thing.
Okay. And then one more thing just happened that yesterday we got an email from Atkinson Designs offering to pre-order their brand new pattern called Monorail.
I hate to say that we love it, Heidi.
Oh, but we do.
But we do.
And for many, many reasons already. When you were cutting all of the beautiful Jason Yenter fabric, we could immediately see how, and you can see the image, but you could immediately see how those fabrics would look gorgeous in this. But there's a secondary image that's on the website that shows, I'll say, more holiday fabric.
And smaller scaled prints.
But I almost have a feeling that this is going to rival Picnic from Cluck Cluck Sew.
As far as looking good in anything.
Any size, any color combination, scrappiness.
Yeah.
I love it. It's fat quarter friendly. It has everything from a table runner to a queen size.
In the one pattern. I just think that's awesome.
Yep. And
in the pattern gives you all that various sizes.
Yep. So we're offering to pre-order it, to pre-sell it to you. You can pre-order it. We would take your money today, and then it would not ship until immediately. Or if you're a feathered friend, you just tell us to hold it for your next package. So when it does come, we put it in your next package, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So all sorts of things.
So if you're pre-ordering it, we don't have our hands on it yet because that you just found out about it literally yesterday.
Yes.
So
it
as
is
soon
brand
as we
new.
get that in, we will ship it to you, and we're excited about it.
Yes.
There's so many different ways we can already see.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Well, Jamie, I think we're going to wrap this up today.
Okay, I'm going to go back down on our little fabrics while you're...
Okay, go back to the fabrics because we certainly love all of the Prism collection. And Marlene, yes, Prism is in stock now. The kits are available. This is a kit right here. The kits are available. The yardage is available. Like I said, several of the bolts are under 5 yards. Lots of them are under 10 yards. So if there's something in particular you are wanting, now is the time to certainly react to that. So on that note, thank you so much. And until the next time.